Hey guys, this is Brax, and today I am looking at a little puzzle game called Chime Sharp. So this is the sequel to Chime, which is pretty obvious, right? Anyway, it was released back in 2010, and this sequel is the result of a successful Kickstarter campaign. So apparently there were enough fans of the first one to actually make this sequel happen, so I thought that it must be worth a try. The general idea here is to make an improved version of the first game by filing away those rusty edges from the last one. This one has some new music, new modes, and is visually revamped. The first thing that I thought when I started playing it was, please not another Tetris game. And thankfully it isn't totally Tetris. It's more like Tetris with 130 beats per minute. You place the puzzle pieces, you paint the board, and you make music by creating these 3x3 squares that the game calls quads. I do not quite understand that. If they are quads, shouldn't they be 4x4? But that isn't important. So you make these shapes to cover a grid, and there is a beat line that pans across the screen, and you read those shapes, or it reads those shapes for you as musical notes. The more of the board that you cover, the more the music comes together, and you eventually start feeling like it is a complete song. I like that idea, but it doesn't feel like you are making music. For me, I was too zoned in on making sure that I was creating enough of those 3x3 squares and putting the shapes together to even realize that I was making music. I think that's a problem because of the way that the game was pitched to me before I played it. The game's Steam page states that the only way to discover Chime is to play it. But if you want a glimpse, consider what it might feel like to cross Tetris, a music sequencer, and a hypnotic dream about your favorite pop song. I understand what they mean by that, but it's a little weak on the music sequencer creating a hypnotic dream about a pop song. I mean, for one, I don't even like pop music, so why did they assume that? But more importantly, the puzzle part of this game takes precedence over the music part. And when you play stuff like Guitar Hero, you sometimes get that little feeling that you actually have a part in playing the song and making the music. I mean, you know the entire time that you don't actually play guitar, but you do sort of feel like it because the on-screen stuff and the music fit together really well. This isn't the case with Chime Sharp. It feels more like playing Tetris, but in a way that somehow influences the soundtrack that plays behind you. The bottom line is, I don't feel like a creator when I play this, and I should. Games like Rock Band and Guitar Hero also have the benefit of having these super awesome classic rock songs to play along with, but the music in Chime Sharp is pretty mediocre. I will admit though, sometimes it feels pretty cool when you make a quad and you feel a bass line drop. That was one of the few times that I found myself actually getting into the game. That reminds me, you should definitely wear headphones or earbuds when you play this, because I really don't think listening to it through your TV or your computer speakers are going to do it justice, because it has to feel dynamic or you will want to put it down immediately, to be completely honest. So I'm being pretty tough on this game, but I always am, and I can't make an exception here, right? I don't hate this, I just really don't like it either. This is just another case of a game saying that it is doing something innovative and new, but it's not actually doing that. I mean, think about it. Chime 1, the first game, came out around like 8 years ago, so it seems like they have just put a fresh coat of paint on a 2010 Toyota Corolla and now they're selling it like it's a brand new 2017 Toyota Camry. I mean, there are improvements here, don't get me wrong. They introduced some new game modes and they added to the game's aesthetic appeal, but it isn't as awesome as some players and even other reviewers have made it out to be. It's charming, I will give it that. I guess that would be a good word to describe it, is charming. But I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's worth $15, which is the current price that they have on it. I'm not sure what the PSN store will be charging for it because at the time of this review it isn't out yet on that platform, but I hope that they won't charge $15 for it there as well. I would buy it for maybe $5 because I think it's worth that. It's a super chill game and it's pretty relaxing, so it has its own little niche and its own little purpose. And if you are interested, you can find Chime Sharp on Steam and the PSN store, so check it out for yourself. If you liked it, leave a like. If you like me, subscribe. See you on the next one.